Ready for this?
All right, footy fans, get ready for another episode of the NRL Live Chat 2.0 podcast. Here are your hosts, PJ and Brennan.
Ready for this?
Hey, g'day footy fans. Welcome to another episode of the NRL Live Chat 2.0 podcast. Well, the Knights actually win a game, and Rabbitohs, well, they conquered the bye. Well done. Another massive weekend of upsets as well. And let's not even talk about our tips. Well, actually, we will in a minute. But spoiler alert, they were absolute rubbish. And if you follow our tips, we are so sorry. And once again, in the red and green corner, it's the one and only PJ. How's it going, mate?
Oh, it's going well, buddy. I got one right last week, and you would have had none. Breaking news, ladies and gentlemen. Breno, the Knights fan, heard I was going to tip the Knights.
Come on.
I'm going to tip the Knights, and then he went, and he jumped ship, and he ended up getting one right.
Yeah,
so
I couldn't go.
Yeah, what a weekend. Knights, solid win. Roosters blew the Sharks off the park. You might remember I did say last week, this is a danger game for the Sharks. So I hope you were listening, even though I still tipped the Sharks.
Yeah.
And the Warriors Raiders, mate, that did not disappoint.
Yeah,
it
what
was
a great game.
Classic that we thought it would be.
So now, before we dive into all the round 13 matches, we've got something a little bit different for everyone tonight. You can see a little question mark there down on the bottom of the screen, and we are introducing a third voice to the chaos tonight. That's right, a
new character,
a special guest host, and let's be honest, we're not sure how this is going to go, so bear with us. It could get a little bit loose. Now, we know most of you are Queensland supporters on our page, so to avoid being accused again of a Blues bias for the State of Origin kicking off tonight, we figured it is time to bring in a massive Queensland fan, possibly the biggest Maroons tragic north of the Tweed. Billy Moore would be proud for sure. Hailing from Brisbane, it's a very new NRL live chat. Welcome to the big Queenslander, also known as Brett. Welcome, mate, to the show. How you going?
Yeah, g'day, boys. Proud to fly that Queensland flag, as I always will. Don't worry, I bought the tissues for you guys after game one loss tonight. But it'll be a difficult game for sure.
Oh, it's gonna be a great game. Yeah, absolutely. All right, so what we usually do, Brett's not familiar with how we run this thing, so we're going to have a quick look at what happened last week. Oh, there he is again. Queenslander.
Queenslander!
Oh, no, we're not. What are we doing here? Hang on. Yeah, Brenno's pressing buttons. It's all right.
He's pressed the wrong button again.
He's pressed the wrong button. Oh.
It's okay.
We get there.
We'll cut it out before we go live.
Yeah. Where's the results? There we go. Here we go. All right, fellas. So what's your take on last week's short round? Pretty much disappointing round for most tippers. Lucky there's only 5 games. My Knights finally get a much-needed win. Yet Panthers are missing 6 of the key players because of Origin. But Knights missing Ponga and heaps still injured. And Fletcher Sharp and Dylan Lucas show it was. They dominated. Sharp had a try and 16 tackle breaks and 4 line breaks and amazing run. And Lucas with a hat trick.
Knights were impressive.
It was a great game.
Knights were very impressive. You know, I did say last week with Caleb Ponga out of the team, it wouldn't be surprised if the rest of the team stand up and have a go. You know, when you're missing a big player like that, everyone has a go. And my God, they had a go. 24-0 half time. They didn't put the Q in the rack, which was good. They did lose the second half 6-1. But they held on and got the win. But the Raiders game for me, that was an absolute.
What a great game.
Carpenter with his crybaby and it's just the hits for the ages, mate. It was unreal. It was so good. So 8-all.
Surely the best game of the weekend was when the Dolphins toasted the Dogs.
How do you tip that, Brett?
We didn't.
Well, I didn't.
It was great because it was.
No, we didn't, but. You know, if you said to me 13 plus Dolphins, I would have laughed at you. If you had said 30 plus, I would have gone, I'll bet you $1 million that won't happen. Yeah. And it did.
Yeah. Shout out to all my Doggies fans. Suck shit.
Hey,
about time you got brought back down to earth a bit.
Yeah.
But in saying that, there's still 2
the only
points
Queensland
in front.
side to play, and they got up.
Yeah, nice work.
That's 100% win for Queensland. So,
But that was last week.
my mate Dave's online. Dave, I hope you're okay, mate. He's a big Bulldogs fan, and he would have been very upset about last week. I thought it would have been a close one.
I thought it was
But,
too.
no. Bulldogs still lead the comp. Raiders and Warriors, that classic. That was a semi-final match, and we're going to see that again this year, I'm sure. Storm into the top 4 with the Sharks. Sad effort, and the Bunnies up in the top 6 after winning 2 straight games and then getting the bye. Yeah. So they got the Warriors this week, though. That'll be tough.
Absolutely.
And the Panthers, the 4-time back-to-back champions, Breno, 17th.
Yeah,
dead last.
I'm not saying much about that because if we lost that game, that's where the Knights would be right at the moment. So,
yeah. Well, only 3 points out of the 8, though. Is this the closest comp we've ever had?
So close, yeah.
11 points first to last. It's got to be close to the closest comp ever.
Yeah. All right, now we might head into round 13's games.
Let's do it.
There we go. All right, so let's take a look at round 13, fellas. I know everyone's eager to catch our tips and do the absolute opposite of our tips for this week. All right, kick off with the Dragons and Knights. Dragons in 10th, Knights in 14th. Knights on a rare high. They've remembered how to hold on to the ball and even cross the line a few times. Can they back it up against the Dragons, who have been surprising a few this year? And if Ponga gets through Origin again, I give them a red-hot chance. But the Dragons at home, they love making life miserable for tipsters. Don't we know it? I'm definitely going to go Knights 1-12. I'm going with my heart again this week.
Yeah, I've gone Dragons 1-12. I think, Ponga, it'll be 2 days after Origin when they play.
Yeah, I'm
not sure. I'm not sure he's going to back up, which doesn't mean that Newcastle will be bad because they played good when he wasn't there. So who knows? Who knows? Any Dragons team could turn up, but I've gone Dragons in a close one, maybe 22-18, I'd say. What do you think, Brett?
Yeah, no, I reckon it's going to be a close one as well. I mean, I found this a difficult game to have a guess at because that's what it is. I mean,
absolutely,
it's whatever team shows up. It's really difficult competition, but in mine, the Dragons should get over the Knights.
Yeah, you should see some of our fans though; they get a little bit upset when we don't tip the right teams, and I've blocked and removed one person this week anyway.
Yeah, but Dragons with the bye next week, you'll guarantee they'll come out and they'll play 130%.
Oh, for sure.
So, yeah, they'll come out and give everything they've got, knowing they've got a week's rest. No one really in or out for either team of any major
we have to
excitement.
Wait. We sort of have to wait for tonight, don't we, to see what happens?
Yeah, but to the named team, there's no one there of any surprise. No one, he's back, or he's out. It's pretty much standard teams for both. So it'll be a good game, I think. That'll be a nice Friday night. Kicking back with a Jack Daniels, I reckon.
So all players coming back from State of Origin usually love a Friday night game, right? So they're ready and still pumped. They're ready to go.
Yeah, so it's funny though. I see now the Knights have had a solid win. Attention's been turned back to Ponga. So many reports of him not happy and wanting to leave the team. Media's gone back to that one again. And talking about the media, did you guys see the blow up on the 100% footy on the Channel 9? Gus had been under some scrutiny since the sudden Lockie Galvin saga ends up with them signing him to the Bulldogs. And a number of weeks ago, he said the Bulldogs the Bulldogs had no intention on going for him. And all of a sudden, they're signing him. So I've said it a few times. Gus Gould, you should not be hosting any of these football shows or be a commentator. As far as I'm concerned, it's a conflict of interest being the general manager of the Bulldogs. And it's a massive, massive conflict of interest, I think.
Yeah. He's not giving the viewers what they're paying for or what Channel 9's actually paying him for. Is to give them the insights that he should be able to provide. So, yeah, I'm with you. Get rid of him. I mean, less Gus Gould on the television, the happier Brennan.
Definitely.
Yeah. And just on Gus, 10 years ago, you'd listen to him and you go, wow, I didn't really see that when I was watching the game. He'd see things that the average person doesn't see, you know. And I thought that was really good insight. I actually don't watch Channel 9 now because of him.
Yeah,
I'll watch
try
it
not
tonight
to.
because it's on Channel 9, but if I can choose KO over Channel 9, I do every
I
time.
watch KO because I pay $40 a
100%.
month for it. Yeah, they just touch on the Reid Mahoney. Looks like he's set for a new club as well. So all happening at the Bulldogs at the moment. It's a bit
Well,
bit of
he's a
unrest
Queenslander who is born at the wrong time because Harry Grant's playing.
there.
I mean, same as Harry Grant had to put up with the immortal. But I mean, Reid Marnie, as much as I dislike him because he gets under everyone's
He's a
skin
bit of
and
a
a
rust.
little so and so. And in my day, he would have got punched in the head.
I'm
But
surprised it hasn't happened. It's going to happen. It's going to happen.
he's a very good player. You watch his defence;
absolutely, yeah.
no one runs over the top of him.
Yeah, not many get through him, do they?
No.
Anyway, we digressed a little bit there.
Yeah, with the Roosters, Roosters came to my mind immediately when they said they were going to let him go.
Yeah,
But they've signed Reece Robson, right, from the Cowboys. So I don't think they're getting Reid Marnie. I don't know where he'll end up.
Yeah.
Who's looking for a 9?
Well, certainly not Brisbane. We've got 3.
Yeah. There'll be a few teams out there that'd be interested. But, it's a hell of a personality you got to take on as well.
Perth Bears.
Yeah.
Pass.
Anyway, so we'll carry on here. We've got the Titans in 16th taking on the Storm. Seabus Super Stadium. Looks like the Storm have got the money there, but both teams will be, with the bye last week, both coming off a bad loss the week before. Both will be hungry for a win. I love an underdog, but this one, Titans up against the Storm. I feel a nasty storm brewing on the Gold Coast. Expect some lightning, just not from the Titans. I'm going to go Storm 1-12. Well, depending on their pull up after Origin, there could be more.
Yeah, there'll be lightning and a thunder. There'll be plenty of lightning and thunder on the
Did you
Gold
see me
Coast.
cup?
I did. That's one of those limited edition
Macca's. Yeah, go the Blues.
Oh,
I'll send you one. I'll send you one, Brett. I'll send you one.
Please do.
I actually got a Queensland one from Macca's yesterday. I had a Coke No Sugar. It tasted like shit. I'm kidding. But anyway, Storm. I'm really leaning 13+. I have to be honest, but I just think they're going to rest a few, and they'll probably get up, 30-20 or maybe 24-14 or something like that. It'd probably be 1-12, but at the higher end. Papanow's has been on fire. Cameron Munster, he's playing Origin. He's back in the Origin arena, so maybe he doesn't play on Saturday. Who knows? But Hughes has been amazing. Harry Grant's an absolute weapon. The Storm should win that one pretty good.
Yeah. I mean, the reason I went 1-12 and not higher is because, Tino's back, right? And he'll get a lot of confidence after winning tonight and be able to take that in.
All right.
Yeah, big Tino Fa'asua Malawi. We love saying
you love saying
he's a weapon.
like that Roosters bloke. What's his name? Mark Wanahakalugi.
Now to the substitute Smith. I hope I pronounced that correctly. Anyway, so in the game 3, we've got the Cowboys in 7th against the West Tigers down in 12th. But the Tigers have had their moments of brilliance so far this year, usually followed by 70 minutes of heartbreak. But Cowboys at home should get this one done. But if the Tigers bring their chaos footy, who knows? Safe bet is with the Cows. The Tigers don't travel too well as well. So I'm going the Cowboys 1-12.
I'm going Tigers 1-12. I'm hearing big male. Lockie Galvin obviously out of the joint. Heath Mason, he's coming in at 6. There was lots of talk about Adam Dewey moving to 5'8", but I've heard this young bloke Heath Mason is an absolute star in the making, and he's ready to go. They've named him at 5'8" this week. I'm going West Tigers in a 26-18 type scoreline.
Can't go past the Cows at home. Potter and Nanai back after winning a game tonight. I mean, they'll be ready to go.
Here he is again.
He's like Julia
Who
Gillard, mate. The
invited
more
this
I
guy?
say it, the more it's real.
Oh, love it.
Gotta laugh. You gotta laugh.
Yeah, heading into the fourth game, here we go. This one's for you, Brett. Seagulls 9th, taking on the Broncos 8th. This is actually going to be a solid game, assuming all the players are going to be
I
fit.
really do think so. Yeah.
Yeah,
I mean, the Broncos were lucky to win the bye last week. They're a world of pain. I mean, they're a bunch of boys
absolutely.
playing like boys.
Yeah, so you're both sitting in the middle of the table, but yeah, both desperate to stay in the 8. But Manly a bit off last week, Brett. Broncos, your team, giving us some insight on that they haven't really been performing too good of late. And where's Paul Reese? Where's he gone?
Well, I mean, the boy's still injured. I'm not sure if he hurt his wrist when he punched his mate in the head, but
yeah, probably.
he's. I mean, there's a lot of things that are good at the Broncos, and I mean, the side is just, it's just chock full of talent and pace.
Oh yeah.
And they should carve it up, and they looked like they were going to carve up the season when it started. But I mean, I don't know. I mean, hopefully they're coming good and they're just sitting through a lull, because you can't win the whole year through. Yeah.
Yeah, it feels like the Knights too, because we've got this great team on paper, but they're just not performing. It's so frustrating as a fan, you know.
Yep.
Yeah. Well, that Bunnies game, 14-0, the Broncos led at half time, and they really weren't that great.
I was wondering if you bring that game up.
I'm pretty sure he shouldn't have brought it up.
I had to bring it up, you know, but they weren't even that good. They were kind of in second gear, you know, and as soon as we got a try, it was like they didn't really lift, you know, and we kind of just grinded our way back into the lead and hung on dearly for the life of us. But Manly were atrocious last week. This game could go either way.
Still waiting for him to kick into gear. What happened?
Yeah, I'm going Manly purely because they're at Brookvale. I think Cherry Evans is going to kick a field goal and win this one. It's going to be tighter than I won't say. Yeah, something that's 2 coats of paint. How about that? Tighter than 2 coats of paint. But this can go either way. I mean, Broncos could turn it on. Manly, no Tommy Turbo. That's a massive out.
Yeah.
Although he did nothing last week. I really thought that they'd put up more of a fight against the Mitchell Mosesless Parramatta team. But Manly's season and Broncos, it's on life support right now.
Yeah.
They're absolutely on life support. They have to win these games against the teams in the middle of the table.
Especially in Origin time too. It's very, very important.
Well, looks like the coach has tried to change things up there by starting with Pakes, but I mean, the hooker situation I don't think is the challenge. It's the mental side of the game that the Broncos are letting themselves down.
Yeah, I mean, look at the back line: Shibasaki, Staggs, Cobbo, Arthur. Like, there's plenty of talent there to score points. You got Reynolds and Ezra Mam, who isn't really hitting form yet, but he's been out for 1,000 weeks, so no surprise.
Mate, he can't. What is he supposed to do in his first game back? He came back and set up a try and scored. Set up 2 and scored 1.
Yeah, exactly.
Be careful of the word hitting when you're talking about Ezra Mam too.
Yes.
True. Beep, beep.
Yeah, beep, beep. Yeah, but you know, there's plenty of attacking power in that back line. The Broncos just need to get those forwards rolling on. If they win the forwards, it could be anything. But I'm going Manly. Manly by a beastie.
Yeah, I was going to say just one other thing. I mean, if it was up to me, I would not be wasting Carrigan at prop. I feel the Broncos have enough big boys around to actually play that role and let Carrigan be that link because he's got that skill. And I think you'll see that, again, if I'm going to bring it back to the important game, back to tonight, he will make havoc on the edge of the ruck.
Yeah.
We'll see.
Yeah, Piakura could do that job. So.
That's right.
So,
but, you know, starting back rowers in the front row, Brett, is a very common thing at the moment. You'll see that when he puts the line up for the Rabbitohs.
Triple header on Sunday. This is something different. Rabbitohs in 6th, taking on the Warriors, the Wars in 3rd. Warriors a bit disappointing against the Raiders last week, just a bit. Just couldn't get into the game, but Rabbitohs just had the week off and a great win against Brett's Broncos the week before. Have you let it down yet, Brett, or is he still giving it to you? We just gave it to you before about it.
No, well, I mean, yeah, the Rabbitohs are the Rabbitohs. I mean,
Yeah.
there's a lot of people in
They're
there I
doing
don't
all right.
like, and most of them are playing for New South Wales tonight.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm not a sore winner, Breno. Brett and I have a good relationship in
That's
that
good.
way.
That's
So,
solid. Yeah.
Yeah, but I
yeah.
mean, you look at the tip. I've gone the Rabbits tonight because the Wars are just. I mean, I like the Wars, but they're just a little bit too inconsistent for me. And I reckon again after a disappointing night tonight, the State of Origin players will come back and work it for South Sydney.
Yeah, well, Latrell Mitchell in,
He'll probably be
Johnston in.
suspended.
Campbell Graham won't be playing tonight because Stephen Crichton is okay, despite 9,000 reports that he was out.
What is going on there?
So Campbell Graham will be fresh as daisies on Sunday. If we had Munro at number 5, we've got our starting backline for the first time this year, but he'll be another month. So, we've won every game Humphries has played this year. And he's in again. Jai Arrow and Kalal Matangi, our 2 back rowers, are our front rowers again, because we didn't sign any. but they're doing really well. And Kalal Matangi, I'll tell you now, he can feel really, really disappointed he didn't make the Blues team, mate. I think he got 326 metres against the Broncos, 256 metres the week before against the Tigers. He has been freaking phenomenal since we put him at front row. Machine. So he'd be really unlucky. But, when you look at the New South Wales backline, you can't really blame not getting a spot there. But it'll be close. I think the Warriors will be too good. They've been consistent this year, even though they've lost away from home. But I'm with Brett. I hope the bloody Bunnies win.
Yeah, well, Latrell back at where he plays, mate, back at fullback as opposed to in the centres tonight. He's the roam for him works really well.
Yeah. And during the Origin period, he always fires up. So if he has a good game tonight, he'll probably back it up with a big game Sunday. Sunday, yeah.
Yeah, I tossed up on this one, but yeah, went to the Warriors. They win a couple of games and lose one, but they're still coming third, and I think they might just have that little bit of an edge.
Yeah.
Anyway, we're going to Panthers in 17th. Every week we look at this. Panthers in 17th. Taking on the Eels 15th. What happened to these two teams, guys? Like, this is a 2022 grand final rematch. Now it's a spoon battle. Panthers, they were horrible against the Knights last week, but saying that they are missing their stars and definitely showed. Eels come off 2 solid wins though. Have they turned it around though, or will Panthers fire up and return after their big players this week? I'm thinking Panthers will be okay, maybe with a 1-12, but depending on how they pull up after Origin, I guess again.
Yeah, I'm thinking I should shift my my tip. I mean, I'm going 13 plus for the Panthers. They've come back.
Shift to 13 plus. You can't shift to 13. 1-12, you might be able to shift. You can't shift 13 plus.
Well, potentially. Look. The only team I really go for are the Broncos and Queensland, mate. I mean, all of these other teams. But, I mean, I really do think the Panthers will come out, and being all serious, they'll come out and they'll teach the Eels a lesson.
Yeah, as long as all their players come back in working order.
Correct.
Yeah. Well, I went Panthers 1-12 purely because I think Panthers will win. But they won't be able to smash them. I think Parramatta have turned the corner. They're starting to get their shape together. Their backline's working. Lomax has started to hit his form again now, he's in the Origin team. And amazingly, he's now understood that he's a winger.
Finally.
Yeah.
It's taken how long?
Fair dinkum. But anyway, Josh Adokar was amazing last week. Sam Rani. This will be a really good game despite the fact it's 16th versus 17th,
Yeah,
Dean Hawkins will feel unlucky. 4 try assists last week, but it's Mitchell Moses, right?
That's the difference. I think that's the difference.
Yeah, all Dean Hawkins needs to do, mate, is keep working hard because there's no way you could say he couldn't slip into 6 next year when Dylan Brown goes to Newcastle and he could play 5'8" with Mitchell Moses. Dean Hawkins is that good. Unfortunately, he couldn't get a run with South, but last week showed that he's got some real good talent.
Okay, nice. Into our last game of the round. It's only 7 games this week, everyone.
Cracker games this week, fellas. Manly Broncos. Penrith Eels.
Yeah, it's a few
Yeah.
good ones. They're hard to pick
Roosters,
too.
Ray, how good would this be? Just
Roosters.
quietly, how good Sunday?
Roosters, yeah, Sunday triple header, great.
Oh, Bunnies Warriors and finish with Roosters Raiders.
Sucks I've
How
got the
good's
worst.
Tedesco playing?
Oh,
yeah.
yeah.
Don't talk to him about today. I
Amazing.
agree. I think he's doing good. Yeah,
He's been amazing.
He is just
considering
killing it.
how old he is and how long he's been playing. Yeah, he's actually he's stepping up and he's actually moving that team a bit. But anyway, Roosters are in 11th, Raiders in 2nd. So this will be good. Roosters are in every game, but they are finishing them is the trick. But they managed to surprise everyone last week with a solid 42-16 win over the Red Hot Sharks. Good win for them, and they definitely need it. Raiders, however, hit the road. Hang on, that's tongue tied again. However, they hit the road. They are looking like a true contender with a great win against the Wars last week and sitting in second spot. That game against the Dogs, they were ahead in the other week. That cost them the top spot, but they are looking red hot at the moment. So I've got Raiders 13 plus.
13 plus.
Yeah.
Calm down,
I
Brennan.
reckon they're going to do it.
Calm down. Yeah, no, I'm going to rate it on the top. Roosters have been in really good form, you know, and Tedesco, to your point, Brett, he's been amazing. Every time he whinges at the ref, though, I just want to double hand push him in the face, Pierre Macron's wife style. You know, you know? So, you know, just such a sook. Oh.
Yeah. No, I'm looking at a good, clean game, nice weather, Sunday afternoon. It's just going to be too much out of the Raiders' comfort zone. They're not used to playing in a bit of sun when it's not freezing cold and wet. Yeah, so I'm hoping the dry field will hopefully get those Roosters home.
Yeah, I'll tell you now, after last week's performance, I reckon Sunday afternoon, 4:00, Brett, that the crowd come out. I reckon the Roosters fans will be out in force at home against the Raiders, who was second, who just beat second to become second. You know, they've just beat the Sharks.
They would have had their fourth latte by then.
This is another semi-final type match, I reckon, guys. This is huge.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah, well, the Raiders are punching above their weight, but I mean, there's another pseudo Queensland side because that's who we all used to go for before the Bronx come in.
Yeah, fair enough. Very surprised Joseph Tarpany did not get suspended with that crusher tackle last week.
Yeah.
But who cares?
It's just roll the dice. The refs and the judiciary. It's like, yeah, it's good for one, but not for the other. So who knows?
Yeah, well, the other one was far worse. But one guy gets 4 weeks and one guy gets nothing.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know about that. You know, I think he should have got a week, but I'm not the judiciary, and the Roosters are going to have to. Roosters are going to have to cry now because he's playing. There'll be cracking matches. So many cracker matches this week.
So we're going to need a score for tonight, guys. Yeah.
Absolutely.
Possibly. I don't know what. I don't know. We'll get that. We'll get to the State of Origin very soon.
State of Origin.
Let's not get ahead of ourselves.
Yep.
Sorry, I like to do that.
Bears are calling.
So
that's right.
We're just going to quickly sweep past this one. That's our tips from last week. Everyone, we got one boo. This is our tips this week. There we go. Get on board of that. Do the opposite, and you might be all right.
Brett's score is 48, by the way, everyone. We had a look. He's got 48, so he's actually beating both of us.
That's why I didn't put it there.
Bretto's on top
after tonight.
Bretto's on top.
Hey.
So what do we got different now? Go back, Bretto.
What we got?
We've got 2, 3 different this week. So Knights, Dragons, Cowboys, Tigers, and Broncos, Manly. All right, I'll remember that.
Yeah, I love it how the Mad Rabbit supporter can't even go for the Rabbits.
Oh no, he does. He does.
Occasionally.
I've tipped
he does
every
for the
game.
boys.
I've tipped every game this year,
except the one
when we've won, except one of them. Once I've tipped us to lose when we've actually won. I've gotten all the other ones right, so I'm doing pretty well.
Yeah, well, I've got a few different to you both, so let's see how it all plays out.
Let's see how it plays out.
All right, everyone. Brenno's Naughty Corner. So there's a few naughty ones this week.
Cool.
Tom Starling got
PJ.
one match for so-called late tackle. It was a late tackle, but he jumped into the kicker, so he was sent for 10. Almost a turning point there for the Warriors, but they couldn't get back on the scoreboard after that. Then you got Mulatalo out for a week after a dangerous contact charge. Then Liam Henry had a brain snap, penalised and marched for 10 after a tackle ended up in a crusher tackle. Then he felt the need to lift him up and drop him again into another crusher tackle. Ouch. Probably lucky he only got 2 weeks off, to be honest. But apart from that, there's not much else.
So Mulatalo's lucky he only got a week.
Yeah, absolutely.
That was a shoulder charge. It wasn't really late, but it was a very forceful shoulder charge, and he kind of sort of in and
4 weeks ago when they were cracking down, they were sending them all off. That
could have been gone for 1,000 weeks, but now it's one.
Yeah.
Go figure. But there's no change in the crackdown. We're always watching.
We're always watching.
Always watching.
Okay, let's go check out what PJ's got for us this week.
All right.
Oh.
PJ's tip of the week.
Oops. Oop, he's disappeared. There he is.
I'm just trying to find my message to you. It told you what my tips were. 1 second. I've just got to scroll through all the burgers. All right. So how'd I go last week?
Not good.
Nothing.
He got absolutely nothing.
The only game I got right last week was Newcastle, and that was the one game I thought I might have tipped wrong. So wipe the slate clean. Here is your multi of the week. You ready? Tigers 1 to 12. That's right. The Tigers are going.
I'm just going to move your head first. There we go.
That's all right. Tigers are going to win 1 to 12. Warriors 1 to 12. Yes. Warriors are going to be gallant against South. We're going to almost get them, but they're going to beat us. And then the Raiders will edge out the Roosters 1 to 12. Lots of edging in that match. So West Tigers 1 to 12. Warriors 1 to 12. Raiders 1 to 12. Put your money on that again.
Dear.
So your locks are all completely different to my picks.
PJ's tip.
Yeah, good luck, tipsters. It's a hard comp.
I think I'm going to be putting money on Brett's tips.
Well, he is leading.
Yes, yeah. True that.
All right. What time is it now, Brett?
We've got some Origin happening, apparently. That's happening tonight, everyone.
Queenslander!
Yeah! So we went through the before PJ dies, but we went through the team list last week. There's been a couple of changes. Oh, this is a stupid. Crichton's out. And then they let's put Burton in. We'll bring Burton in. He's gonna cover that. And it's like, no. Crichton's back in. It's all right. It's like, oh my god. It's usually the Queenslanders are doing all this mind game shit that they do.
Ducks and Drakes. Yeah.
He's hurt.
Well, if he's carrying an injury, he'll be found out. But I mean, he is an exceptional player.
Absolutely. He's having a great season. Yeah.
He's a very good centre, and Val Holmes will have his hands cut out to try and bring him down. But I'm looking forward to seeing the battle of the other centres. Seeing how Latrell goes against the new kid on the block, the debutant for the Queenslanders.
Koya from the Roosters, yeah. I'm interested in that one too. He might get a football lesson or two from Latrell. But,
or
he's a
make
tough
Latrell
player.
stupid.
Yeah. He's a tough player, mate. So
that's it.
Yeah. Yeah, just 2 hours to kick off, guys. What are we thinking score-wise?
Ooh, it's going to be short for me. I'm only thinking 1 to 12, so maybe 16 to 12 for the Blues. It's going to be close, I think.
I've had 18-14 to the Blues in my head all day. I'm not changing. 18-14 the Blues.
Yeah, well, that's. I mean, they're reasonable scores, but I mean, I look at these the way the comp's gone this year, and there's been more tries scored than not. Defense seems to be the second thought in a lot of this, and there's a lot of good attacking players. So I'm going to go 26-18. I think the score's going to be a bit higher, but seriously, a Queensland win. Yeah,
we understand that. So.
No.
So what he's saying, Breno, is he agrees with me that New South Wales is going to score 18.
Yeah,
but they're going to score more. And that's
that's
probably
right. We're going to score more.
If there's going to be more points,
and I'll give you my man of the match. And I'm pretty sure that this isn't controversial, but I reckon Pong is going to be able to do it.
Yeah. I've actually got money on him for that.
He knows how to follow around when the Queenslanders make half breaks, and he's going to be all over it tonight, slipping through those big fours in New South Wales and scoring a couple of meat
He's
pies.
a typical Knights player. He turns up when three games of the year, and that's Origin, when they're playing for Queensland.
Yep, that's good. Like Gagai.
Yes, that's who I'm talking about. Yeah.
I played with his dad. And, that's how old I am.
Wow.
And Darius Boyd back in the day too. He was one of them. Only turned up 3 games a year. Anyway.
Yeah.
Oh, that was a bit of fun.
I think it's going to be very physical, very early. But I'm hoping. I mean, it's a dry track up here. It's been beautiful weather in Queensland. I mean, the Cockroaches would have been very happy to get out of New South Wales and come to a state that actually has sunshine. And a dry track, it's going to be a very open game.
Did anyone see this photo? There was a bit of a chatter between the ref and DCE. He's like, what are you going to do is say 6 again and wave your arm? There you go, and you get the money bags.
Yeah.
Someone's got to talk to the refs. I hate them.
Yeah,
I hate them.
All shit. We all hate them equally.
Yeah. Apparently they were just talking about their kids and how they misbehave.
Yeah.
So, yeah, okay.
Yeah. No, we got all the tricks up here.
That's the way.
Yeah.
Oh, it's great having you on tonight, Brett. This was a bit different. It was good.
Yeah.
I hope everyone enjoyed it.
Little bit of fun. As long as
the two viewers are enjoying it.
Yeah, as long as my mates in PNG realise. I mean, I was only there a week ago. If you're in PNG, you go for Queensland, and no fighting if it all goes wrong, right, guys? It's just the game after all, but Queensland will win.
Yeah, we'll see what happens.
Good luck. Yeah, it should be a great game, and I can't wait to get into it. Well, we got.
Thank you, Big Queenslander, for joining us, mate.
Yeah, thanks again.
It's been great having you on board. I'm excited. Let us know in the comments what you think about our tips, what you think about State of Origin. Join us in the live chat, and we'll be talking throughout the game on there. We don't broadcast, so don't ask, but you can join us and let us know what you think about the game.
Cool. Thanks, guys.
Thanks for having me, guys. And, I mean, if I've got to bring out the tissue box again, I will. Hopefully it's not for me.
Oh, dear. Yeah.
All righty, go the Blues and go the Bunnies.
Good, you guys. Good night, everyone. Thank you.
Thanks for tuning in to another action-packed episode of the NRL Live Chat 2.0 podcast. We hope you enjoyed the show. Be sure to check out all of the NRL Live Chat 2.0 action on our Facebook group page. Come and join the chat. Goodbye.